expert who sniffs out delectable details in ancient Egyptian mummies. We'll be breathing in through the nose and discovering a weird thing that does to your eyes. And I'll be sharing the mystery of the mechanism of smell and the bad odour, or should that be scientific disagreement, behind the top 2 theories. That, plus more unexpected elements, coming up shortly.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Thousands of passengers have been left stranded after a power cut forced the closure of one of the world's biggest airports, London Heathrow. Some flights from North America, India and the Caribbean were forced to turn around in mid-air. Others have been diverted to elsewhere in Europe. The outage at Heathrow was caused by a huge fire at a nearby electrical substation. Britain's energy minister said the catastrophic blaze had also disabled a backup generator. He said the government would look hard at the protection and resilience of major infrastructure. The Sudanese army has recaptured the presidential palace in Khartoum amid intense fighting. The building was in the hands of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, which took control of the capital when civil war erupted nearly 2 years ago. Israel's defense minister has threatened to create a permanent occupation area in Gaza if Hamas refuses to release the remaining hostages. Israel Katz said he'd ordered the army to capture additional territory in Gaza and evacuate the population. Constitutional changes that would allow much greater military spending have cleared their last major hurdle in Germany. The upper house of parliament approved a plan to free defence and infrastructure investment from restrictions on government borrowing. Opposition parties in South Korea are moving to impeach the acting president, Choi Sang-mok. They say he's refusing to appoint a new judge to the court, which is considering the impeachment of his predecessor, Yoon Sung-yeol, over last year's imposition of martial law. The United Nations says last year was the worst on record for migrant deaths, with almost 9,000 dying en route worldwide. But the International Organization for Migration warns the actual figure is likely to be much higher because many fatalities and disappearances go undocumented. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah has made history in Namibia by becoming its first female president. BBC News.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. The best radio show.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and The Morning Show.
Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Friday edition of the morning show. Yes, it is Friday. Yes, my mind day, and I hope that you've had a good week, whatever or however you want to describe it there. whatever it is, I hope that you've had a very, very good week. And well, when the week comes to a close like that, I know people who are going to be receiving all their wages or their pay, and they are looking forward to how they're going to be spending it. But you know what? Just stay with me and spend your time with me, right? Yeah. Okay. So let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. To my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olaimi Koiki, and then to the money man himself, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of JL Accountancy Services, who will be joining us this afternoon on the Money Hour. And let me say good morning to Eben, all the way in Cape Town, South Africa, to Atta Kofi, all the way in Ghana, Ashaman. Yes, and to the chief of Ashaman, Ni Anan Ajo. Yes, good morning to you, Ni. Thank God that you are doing well, and we thank God for the inhabitants of Ashaman as well. I know you are doing good there. Okay, let me say good morning to Bishop Adishina, Anthony Adedeji, Aziz Shamsuddin, wherever you are. Massive good morning to you guys. Tosino, a special envoy to Moscow, good morning to you. And a special good morning also goes to Kofi Ali, Abdul Yakin, Felix all the way in Aberdeen, Kojo D, good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. KB Bossman, Vicky, and all your special guests yesterday on the Property Hour. It was a smash of a program. Thank you for that knowledge that you shared with us there. Okay, so Starr Radio UK, Friday edition of the morning show, running behind time before even we started. 2 minutes to the top of the hour. What more do I have for you? I'm going to bring you the quote for the day. The weather forecast will follow suit, and the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then after which we'll continue from that, we look at the details of the story that we put across, and then at 11:45 the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions, depending on whether we're going to be having Mr. Dan Tabiri live or not. If not, if you're not going to have him live, then at 12 o'clock we'll bring the curtains down. But if he has the time to join in, then we're going to be having him on from 12:30. But in that case, wherever you are, massive good morning. Let me say good morning to Auntie V. This is Veronica Dapa, all the way in Ghana. Massive good morning to you there as well. Okie. Yes, let's crack on. Well, so the quote for the day, what does it say? It says that, well, if you do not change your decisions today, you can never change the quality of your life tomorrow. If you do not change your decisions today, you can never change the quality of your life tomorrow. But I remain yours sincerely, the one and only
Archie. This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay. Let me say good morning to Mr. Frank Davis, wherever you are this morning. I hope you are doing very, very, very well there as well. Okay, let's crack on. Now, moving on to the weather front here in London. Oh boy, nice weather expected. Yesterday was a nice one, and today I think we're going to be having another nice one before the weather goes down, or we have a bit of a change in there. Yeah. So, what have I got? Today, sunny spells and patchy cloud towards the afternoon. Cloud will thicken with outbreaks of rain towards the evening. It's going to be mild though. Now, tonight we'll see overcast skies with outbreaks of rain moving in overnight, and just the odd clear break towards dawn. A mild night expected as well. Temperature is going to be 18 degrees. The lower is going to be 11 degrees. Now, come the weekend weather as well. Tomorrow we'll see cloud gradually thin, allowing for sunny spells. Scattered spells of rain will linger through the day, a slightly less mild day. And then Sunday will be a cloudy day with outbreaks of rain, although there may be some drier and brighter intervals in places. Yeah. So in a gist, that's what's going to happen. When it comes to the temperatures, tomorrow's temperature ranging between 16 and 8, and then Sunday 15 and 7. Okay, so in a gist, that's what the weather is going to be like for you today, wherever you are watching us or listening to us. If you want to share with us what it's going to be, feel free to do so. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then. Let's move on. Starr Radio UK. Now, moving on straight to your travel this morning as well. You can share with us what your travel is like wherever you are listening to us from this morning. Maybe in Ghana, maybe in Cape Town, maybe in Togo, maybe in the US. Let me say good morning to Comfort Haven, or maybe in Germany. Dedegiti, massive good morning to you and all the lovely family that we got across the globe, wherever you are. Good morning. Well, Elizabeth Line on the underground, as I was saying, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads, keep you navigated. Our promise are born on the underground this morning. Elizabeth Line is experiencing part suspension between no service between Hayes and Harlington Heathrow Airport due to a power supply failure at Heathrow Airport. Tickets are being accepted on London buses, London Underground. Please do not travel to Heathrow Airport, and it is expected to remain closed all day. Well, if you're going to be traveling, contact your airline for more details. They will tell you more about that, as whether you'll be able to make a journey tomorrow. So that is a bit there for you on the airline. Those of you who are airbound to travel from Heathrow today, well, until midnight, no flights, but check again because there's going to be backlog and they need to clear all that. Well, wherever you are, Starr Radio UK. On the major roads in London, there are no exceptional delays. Also on the river bars this morning, as we've been saying, there are upgrade works to electric ferries, and that is taking place, and therefore RB1, RB2, RB4 and RB6 are all experiencing special services and part closures. Check before you leave, you embark on your journey. That aside, all the others are running a good service. The landing cable car until the 26th of March is not running for upgrade works. That is also going on there, so there are planned closures. Bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update, that is the National Rail. So on the National Rail this morning, Avanti West Coast, cross country, London North Eastern Railway, Leomore, Northern Rail, and Transpennine Express are all offering special service. Now, also, Transport for Wales is also offering special service, but Heathrow Express has no service, and that is what I talked about earlier on pertaining to the Elizabeth Line. So please check before you leave. Other than that, let me say all the others are running a good service. Let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a little commercial break, and once we come back, we will be taking you global trotting. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on. Let's go global trotting. And what have I got news for you? Well. The first one pertaining here in the UK. Heathrow Airport is closed after fire at substation. The closure is due to a power outage linked to a fire at an electrical substation in Hayes. And then in other stories, Lawrence killer admits role in attack. That's what the parole board is saying until the Lawrence killer. Okay, and repeated failures in reading scans costing lives, ombudsman is saying. A cladding removal plan not ambitious enough, says MPs. There are some of the stories making the round this morning. British Museum most visited UK attraction in 2024. Have you been there? Nah, I've not been there yet. Okay, I've been to other places, but I think I need to go there. Now, schools and hospitals get 180 million solar investment. Well, you want to know more, you got to stay tuned because we're going to be bringing you more on that front. Okay, wow. I was going to say something, it's quite an interesting one. Okay, in other stories, Netanyahu fires Israeli security chief over distrust. Wow. Okay, and then Hamas fires rocket at Tel Aviv as Israel renew Gaza ground campaign. And Trump signs order to dismantle U.S. education department. We'll tell you more about all that. So can it virtually sign anything and then destroy, dissolve anything or dismantle anything there? Well, China executed 4 Canadians for drug crimes, says Ottawa. We did talk about that a couple of days ago or yesterday. Okay, and then Kanye to call snap election as Canada faces trade war with US. That's what report is saying. He came in just a couple of days ago and he wants to call a snap election. Is it a wise call? Is it a wise call at all? Or he could have waited a bit. But whatever it is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. On the African front as well, Sudan's army retakes presidential palace as Khartoum battle rages on. I'll be telling you more about that. They're taking pictures and all that. Well, let's see what is going on there. Still on the African front, Zimbabwean Coventry elected to head Olympic movement. Okay, and then Ethiopia does not want war with Eritrea, says the Prime Minister. We'll be looking more into that as well. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, the news that is making the rounds the most is all the Sudanese army that has recaptured the presidential palace. How many lives have been lost there on the way to that? Okay. At least 8 killed after a trailer crashed into vehicles and burst into flames. Well, in Nigeria. And then M23 defies ceasefire agreement and continues offensive east of DR Congo. Those are some of the stories making the rounds there as well. Moving on to Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu apologizes for judge insults on judge, attacks on judge and others. And then the other one, it undermines democracy. Kwankwaso falls NAS approval of emergency rule in River State. Well, we'll see more about that. I try to see whether I can get a legal expert more to do with one who knows more of constitution and tell us whether it's not a constitutional crisis that we are seeing. Now, Atiko, Pichorobi, Amechi, others confirm coalition to reveal political party to oust Tinubu in 2027. Well, it's going to be a free and fair thing there. That's the question that I do ask most of the time, because when you don't have a free and fair, nothing is going to be. It go be, it no go be. Well, it is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's go on before we bring you a nice tune there. In Ghana, illegal mining anti-galamsey tax force seizes equipment. So that is a good one there. Now you confiscate the equipment and then you can put it to use, but not confiscate it and burn it, as some people have been doing. And Africa is poised to lead renewable energy revolution. Belamo is saying, yesterday we were having a chat where people were talking about the fact that when people go in to be trained to do, the solar panels and all those bits, they don't get a full training, or they don't, the finishing is not that good. And what happens is that you are there, you use your solar panels or solar energy for a couple of years, and then boom, and then it's gone, and then you have to spend lots of money to refix it. And I was asking, what is the point? So I was asking myself, is there a need for people to to actually send people from here or advanced countries where this is done to come to Ghana to come and fix the whole thing for you and get a necessary warranty, and that's an international organization to come and do that for you, and you know that for sure if something to happen, it's not going to be at your cost, it's going to be at their cost. What do we do about all that? Retract the allegation. Let's get through Kwashiga's family to Adwoa Safo. I'll be telling you more about all that. It's all coming away. What did Adwoa Safo say? And some breaking news coming through. Former NCA boss, or say Asibe entry, has been picked up by NIB. Okay. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And then national security raids were carried out lawfully with proper warrant, Suremi Sai is saying. So I'm going to be looking at all this. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. At 12 minutes by the top of the hour, let's go to Ghana. Let's enjoy this tune from Atakofi, and it says that Shida. Now Shida means thanksgiving. We have to give thanks to the Almighty God for another opportunity to live life. Of course, as I did say, live life to the fullest. So wherever you are, thank you very much for joining in. Thank God for giving us another opportunity to live life. But enjoy this tune from Atakofi. It's in Ghana, but enjoy it. Yeah? All right then. I'll be coming your way in a moment. Stay tuned.
Ajelete nyaje klu numwe fata moyo ni waka for Yehovah nuwa we gbe gululem wakato mambi fe akele kumeto peti mo ni saka koto ni ajale na kanfole ma wo mi tabosi akodro mo ko mo na mo fata wo he no ko wono o na file te ba ni na mo yes way tofe ma we yes way
This is Starr Radio UK.
Yes way
broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Yes Osasi dada Yewa wanda bosida Sida sabwe Osasi dada Osasi dada Yewa Mokobeni tamobokra Sida sabwe Osasi dada Afete mofia moneni na bida afete keba anyemi side mofia moneni na bida keye wala mi kometole mazi oyida keye wala mi kometole mawono gojo mawono mafebo gojo afete keba anyemi side mofia moneni na bida afete keba anyemi side mofia moneni na keye wala mi kometole mazi oyida keye wala mi kometole mawono gojo atana nyumoe atobo wata bono atobo na tenkodi ejene fejumo oye muano ao won mi dabo sida won mi febokoto osasi dada moko benita mobue bono leno yowa leno esasi dada sida sabwe osasi dada afete keba mofia moneni na bida afete keba anyemi side mofia moneni na bida keye wala mi kometole mazi oyida alamli wala ife no fia anyemi keye wala mi kometole wadalesi wala ife no fia wala mi kometole wadalesi
Now the songwriter is saying that is in Atakovi saying that, well, life is more important. So far as we are in life, we have to be grateful to God. And of course, I agree with him there. Of course. Because at times we are looking for some things and some open doors and some other things, and they've not come through yet. And at times it makes us a bit ungrateful there. But hey, he's admonishing you to be thankful to God.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show. Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Moko benita molele no di ata aunyawo atana nyumo won mi jogbe yida won mi fe bogoto.
Let me say good morning to my baby sister Delta all the way in Kumasi in Ghana. Hope that you all doing very well there.
This is Starr Radio UK.
And to all the wonderful people of Ashama, where I am an honorary citizen of Ashama, yeah? Yes. And especially to Ni Anan Ajo, the chief of Ashama. And to the composer, arranger, and musician who is singing in the background. Atakofi, massive good morning to you, and well done there. That's a lively tune.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, the Friday edition of the morning show, at exactly 19 minutes past the top of the hour, and we are bringing you the details of the story that we did touch on, starting from home here in the UK, as I did say earlier on. Well, Heathrow, what's up, Heathrow? Well, there is something up in Heathrow. Well, information coming through says that Heathrow has been closed until midnight tonight. So Heathrow Airport will be closed throughout Friday after a fire at an electrical substation halted all flights, with local residents also evacuated from their homes and schools shut. Almost 5,000 homes remain without power after two explosions and a fire at a substation in Hayes, West London. Some 150 people have been evacuated from nearby properties. Emergency services were first called to the scene at 23:23 GMT, and video shared on social media showed tall flames and smoke billowing from the substation overnight. The airport, which is the UK's busiest, has warned of significant disruption over the coming days and told passengers not to travel under any circumstances until it reopens. Now, London Fire Brigade said the fire was under control by 0630 hours, with a transformer having previously been alight. The cause of the blaze is not yet known. The National Grid said on X it restored power to 62,000 customers at 06 hours, and 4,900 homes remain without power. Now, 10 fire engines, about 70 firefighters were sent to tackle the blaze. The London Fire Brigade said no one was injured in the fire. The Energy Secretary Ed Miliband said on the program it was an unprecedented event which appears to have knocked out a backup generator as well as a substation itself, because people were complaining that how can a big airport, international airport of that dimension, with how busy it is, not have a backup transformer, but it's saying that a backup generator as well as a substation itself. Now, asked on as to whether such a busy transport hub was able to be so severely disrupted by fire at an electrical substation, he replied, "It's too early to answer that question. We don't know the cause of this fire." He said the government want to understand the cause and what lessons, if any, it can teach us. Now, Ruth Cadbury, chair of the Commons Transport Committee, said the issue does not raise questions about infrastructure resilience. It does raise questions about infrastructure resilience. At least 1,351 flights to and from Heathrow will be expected on Friday. Flight tracking website Flight Radar 24 said on X, with some 120 affected aircraft already in the air when the closure was announced, a 200-meter cordon has been put in place as a precaution, and local residents have been advised to keep doors and windows closed because of a significant amount of smoke. The brigade, which received nearly 200 calls about the fire, added it led 29 people to safety from nearby properties. Assistant Commissioner Pat Gilburn said firefighters have made progress in containing the fire and prevent further spread. As we head in the morning, disruption is expected to increase, and we urge people to avoid the area wherever possible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Pictures before me, it's no joke, it's a huge, massive, gargantua, as Ghanaians would say, fire station, substation that went, that was set ablaze, whether by an explosion, whatever it is, but we don't have information yet. So, as they're saying, as and when we have it, it will be made known. And lessons, of course, in this part of the world, we say lessons have to be learnt, and I know that what lessons are learnt. Okay. At 11:23, Starr Radio UK. Moving on straight. Lawrence Killer admits role in attack. That's what the parole board is saying. Now, one of Stephen Lawrence's murders now are said being involved in attacking the black teenager. Reports to the parole board suggest. Now, David Norris was jailed for life in 2012 after he had denied being part of the racist attack on 18-year-old Stephen, who was stabbed to death by a gang of young white men in Eltham, South London. Now, the parole board issued a decision on Thursday that Norris' parole hearing should be held in public. He became eligible for parole in December after his minimum term expired. The parole board report said recent reports now suggest he has accepted he was present at the scene and punched the victim, but claimed that he did not wield the knife. He does not accept he hold racist views as well. The parole board confirmed that the evidence considered by the public hearing decision maker was a dossier mostly formed of reports from professionals such as prison and community offender managers. Norris and Gary Dobson, two of the original 5 prime suspects in the murder, were convicted under the law of joint enterprise, which allows people to be convicted of murder even if they did not inflict the fatal blow. Stephen was stabbed twice during the attack. It has never been proven who stabbed him or whether more than one knife was used. So if he said that this is admitted that he punched him or kicked him. So can he go further to tell us who actually stabbed him? Then I think he should be exonerated if he comes out to tell us exactly who did that. Yeah? But will we? I'm not sure about that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 26 minutes past 11. And the Friday edition of the morning show. The government still does not know how many buildings in England have dangerous cladding, the cost of removing it, or the length of time it will take, according to a committee of MPs. In a report, the Public Accounts Committee, which scrutinizes the use of taxpayers' money, cast doubt on whether the government will hit its own target of resolving the building safety crisis by 2029. It concluded that a new plan aimed at speeding up progress was insufficiently ambitious and at a risk of not delivering what is promised. Now, the Housing Ministry said it had been taking tough and decisive action after years of deter and delay, which would speed up the unacceptably slow pace of work. The committee predicted the cost of making buildings safe could reach 22.4 billion and prevent the government meeting another of its key targets to build 1.5 million homes. The ministers have set aside 5.1 billion to resolve the cladding crisis, expecting developers, building owners, and social housing providers to pay the rest. Okay, the figure did not rise when Labour announced a plan in December to speed up the work. The safety crisis triggered by the discovery of dangerous material at Grenfell Tower after the fire in 2017 continues to grow. Who pays for it? The taxpayer? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a break and let me quickly come back to you because it looks like my camera seemed to be playing up so that the technical team will see to it. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program, Starr Radio UK, the station, the morning show, the program, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. Let's crack on. I thank you very much, Mr. Francis Guy, for that quick work there to sort out the cameras. Okay, so what do you think about it? The cladding issue. Who pays for what? Well, they will say that the government department was supposed to have supervised whatever thing that is going on. They are supposed to be doing that. Then if they failed, then they have to cough up as well. But what about the companies, the builders who use that? What about those who recommended that? Of course, somebody will say that there had not been anything of the sort ever. So looking at that, now we know, and now everybody wants it out. So what is the best thing? Just plastering it? Well, you want to know more, you got to stay tuned. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now schools and hospitals get 180 million solar investment. 100 of schools and hospitals across the UK are set to receive 180 million pounds for solar panels from the government new state-owned energy company. The first major investment from Great British Energy was announced on Friday as part of a government effort to reduce the country's planet warming emissions. The move was welcomed by the school leaders, union and NHS providers who said it would also help to manage the enormous financial pressures of energy bills. But Andrew Bowie, Shadow Energy Secretary, said the government net zero plans will make the country poorer. Right now, money that should be spent on your children education, on your family healthcare, is instead being wasted on sky-high energy bills, said Energy Secretary Ed Miliband. Now, Great British Energy's first major project will be to help our vital public institution have hundreds of millions on bills to reinvest in frontline. He added the government also hopes that the project to provide solar panels for 200 schools and 200 hospitals will reduce the use of fossil fuel across public property and help achieve its long-term climate goals. Well, I want to let me whilst we are on. Let me put it. Whew. Okay, now I've got some statistics here. So we're going to be looking at that, and then we can decide whether the UK, the sacrifices that they are making us make, is worthwhile. Okay. Okay. Now, first, the top carbon dioxide polluters and highest per capita is, the first one is China. And they emit up to 10,303 apologies, 10,303,460 carbon dioxide in a kilo KT. Okay, then it's followed by United States of America that does 4.9 million, and then India 2.4 million, then the Euro area 2.2 million, Japan 1.1 million, in Germany 709,000, South Korea 630,000, Iran 629,000, Indonesia 583, Canada 574,000, Saudi Arabia 514, Mexico 472, South Africa 433, Brazil 427, that's thousands, yeah. Turkey 412, Australia 386, United Kingdom 358. Now it goes down, but that's for the 20. Okay, the 18th one is Italy 324, Poland 312, and France 309. Okay, that's emissions. The biggest absolute emission of carbon dioxide from China and the United States. But this is a case where the president of the United States is saying that drill, baby, drill. He said whatever anybody wants, they can do. Whatever energy source that they want, they can get and use it. So fossil, let's drill it and let's use it. So why should we here in the UK, where we are emitting only 358,000, be squeezed, and then they say, oh, you have to pay for that, them squeezing us all that way? If they want polluters to stop, they should get China to come to the table and let China do something about it. Because whatever we are doing, the sacrifice that we are making, that is costing us, virtually jobs and everything. What percentage is it actually, going to do? What difference is it going to make when it comes to the total amount of carbon dioxide that we are emitting? And that is why I get angry when we have people going on demonstration, stop oil, doing all this. I said, go to the big polluters, go to the United States, go to China and go and do that there, stop them. And once we're able to do so, we can say something. But here, look at what we are doing, and why do people trouble us? What do you think? See, your energy bill comes and then they will say, oh yes, government has taken the winter fuel allowance from what do you call them, pensioners and all that stuff, and we are making lots of noise. Now if we go back to go and drill, let's use whatever we think that we are using and stop all these environmental whatever. Back in the day, in the Bible, listen, back in the day there was proper drought. So what caused that? And then in Genesis as well, there was a flood, proper one, that the whole world was wiped out. apart from Noah and the family. Okay, I don't know. At times I do ask myself, was it the whole world that was flooded, or that was the world at the time, that particular place where they were, that was flooded and everything went away? We're not very sure of whatever happened exactly. I cannot be able to tell you whether it covered the whole world, but as it's captured in the Bible, it says the whole world. So let's take it that way. Okay, but so all those things were happening in the past. There've been serious floods. There've been serious earthquakes. And there've been, look at, part of Italy, Rome, the Roman Empire at the time, where Mount Vociferous, is that the name? There was this what do you call it? Volcano that wiped the whole city. What about that? That time they've not started doing anything, not using any fossil fuel and doing all those community. So it's just a recycle, something that is just happening. So they should just let us leave. So that's why at times I agree with Trump, Well, it's a drill, baby, drill. Let's go on. So what are we doing here? Why are they squeezing our necks? Why are we gasping for breath? Well, that is my take. What is your take? Feel free. Put it on our comment section on any of the platforms that we are broadcasting on. And I promise you one thing for sure, I will read that. But if you don't agree with me, feel free. This is not an autocratic program. No, feel free, share your views. You have the, so far as you're not insulting anybody, there is nothing wrong with that. Okay, we need to hear from you, but it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. So let's see. Well, 180 million. Let's see what it's going to be doing for them. In other stories making rounds this morning, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has fired the head of the National Security Service over Israel to anticipate the 7th October 2023 attacks by Hamas. The Israeli cabinet met on Thursday evening to formally approve the early dismissal of Ronen Bar, who was appointed in October 2021 for a 5-year term as the Shin Bet's chief. Netanyahu announced his intention to sack Mr. Bar in a video statement on Sunday, citing on an ongoing distrust between the two men, which he said had grown over time. The move sparked outrage and further inflamed anti-government demonstration in Jerusalem, which saw thousands of Israelis join forces with protesters opposing Israel's renewed assault on Gaza. It is the first time in Israel's history that a government has fired the Shin Bet's leader. A letter sent by Mr. Netanyahu to members of his government ahead of the meeting referenced a persistent loss of professional and personal trust between the Prime Minister and Mr. Bar, and proposed his term end on 20th of April. Now, the loss of professional trust has been consolidated during the war beyond the operational failure of 7th of October 2023, and in particular in recent months, it said, referring to the Hamas attacks on Israel, which sparked the Israeli-Gaza war. The Shin Bet is Israel's domestic intelligence agency and plays a key role in the war. Its activities and membership are closely held state secrets. However, Mr. Bar has characterized the decision to remove him as politically motivated. The Times of Israel said Mr. Bar did not attend the cabinet vote, but sent a letter saying that firing him was entirely tainted by conflicts of interest as the Shin Bet investigates the Prime Minister's office over allegations of Carter's involvement in the heart of Israeli decision making. Oh boy. Finger pointing there. That's Attorney General Gali Barav Miara late last month ordered the police and the Shin Bet to investigate officials within the Netanyahu's office over alleged financial ties to Qatar. A gag order has since been issued on all information relating to the investigation. Netanyahu's Likud party denies all allegations. Ms. Baharav Myra, a vocal critic of Netanyahu, who is herself facing dismissal proceedings, argued that Mr. Bar could not be fired until the legality of the move had been assessed. The Movement for Quality Government in Israel, an NGO, said it had launched an appeal against the illegal decision, posing a real risk to national security. Yesh Atid, the center-right party led by Yair Lapid, said it had filed an appeal on behalf of several opposition parties and denounced the sacking as a decision taken due to blatant conflict of interest by the Prime Minister. Now, Israel launched its war on Gaza after Hamas invaded southern Israel on the 7th of October 2023 and killing 1,200 people and taking 250 hostages. More than 48,500 Palestinians have been killed in the conflict, the Hamas-run health ministry has said. So, if I know that you are going to be investigating me, and I know that, I mean, they said even they've gagged the people, so no information can come out. Is it true that he's been given something, his palm has been greased? Quite an interesting one, right? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. We move on straight to the United States as well. Believe you me, Trump would do anything. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, fulfilling a campaign pledge and a long-cherished goal of some conservatives. Accusing the agency of breathtaking failures, the Republican president vowed to return the money it controls to individual states. We're going to shut it down as quickly as possible, Trump said, although the White House acknowledged that closing the agency outright will require an act of Congress. The move is already facing legal challenges from those seeking to block the agency closure as well as sweeping cuts to its staff announced last week. Now, most U.S. children attend public schools, which are free and run by local officials. A common misconception is that the Federal Education Department operates U.S. schools and sets curriculum, but this is primarily done by states and local districts. The relatively small percentage of funding for primary and secondary schools, about 13%, comes from federal funds. Now, most of the money comes from state and local taxes. Now, established in 1979, the department administers student loans and runs programs to help low-income students. But Trump has accused it of indoctrinating young people with racial, sexual, and political material. Surrounded by children seated at the school desk in the White House on Thursday, Trump said the U.S. spends more money on education by far than any other country. Yet, he added, the student rank near the bottom of the list. The UNESCO Institute of Statistics said the U.S. spends roughly 5.4% of its GDP on education, which is higher than in many countries, but not all. The department budget last year was $238 billion, which is less than 2% of federal spending. The White House stated that its administration would move to cut parts of the department that remain within legal boundaries. The executive order is likely to face legal challenges, like many of Trump's administration efforts to shrink the size of the federal government. At the signing ceremony, Trump praised Linda McMahon, who he appointed to lead the department, expressed his hope she will be the last Secretary of Education. He said he will find something else for her to do within the administration. After Trump signed the order, Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy announced plans to bring legislation aimed at closing the department, but Republicans hold a slim 53 to 47 majority in the Senate, and closing a federal department will require 60 votes, making such a goal a long shot. Are the Democrats going to help them out, or what? Well, the day Trump went to school as a president. It is not coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, it's 11:45 now. Let me announce the lines open, and as I did say, hoping to get Mr. Dan Tabiri on, but if we don't, then we will be bringing the program to close at 12 o'clock. And then we'll bring you a repeat of what we discussed last 2 weeks, because come the 5th of April, pension, if you have any gaps there, you have to make sure that you plug those gaps. If not, it will come back to bite you when you go on pension, where maybe because of maybe £100 or £1,000 gap in there, you will not get a full pension. You don't want that, do you? But there's a deadline that is the 5th of April when you cannot be able to plug out all those holes in there if need be. All right then, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Until just over a week ago, Artem Karyakin and his unit were making regular trips across Ukraine border into the Russian town of Zuzza. He shows me a video taken with a phone of their very last trip as Ukraine forces retreated from Russia's Kerch region. It shows them making their way past dozens of burnt out military and civilian vehicles, a soldier armed with a shotgun. Their last line of defense scans the horizon for Russian drones. Out of nowhere, one flies towards the back of their truck. Sparks fly, but they keep on going. Artem says they were lucky. The explosive charges was not big enough to stop them. Well, distraction. But Putin says he wants the war to end, but do you think the war will actually end? Or what? It's all coming away from Star Radio UK. Well, Sudan's army has announced its fighters have entered the presidential palace in the center of Khartoum. In recent weeks, the army has stepped up its campaign against the rival rapid support forces in the city, which it lost at the start of the war in 2023. Reclaiming Khartoum will be a huge victory for the army and a pivotal moment in the conflict. But the RSF says it is fighting back and claims to have launched an attack on the palace. The RSF also still controls large swaths of the country, including much of the west. The 2-year civil war has caused the world's largest humanitarian crisis, according to the UN. It is all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Landlocked Ethiopia has no intention of starting a war with a neighboring Eritrea in order to gain access to the sea, the country Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has said. A previous statement in 2023 that having a seaport was an existential issue for the nation sparked concerns that Ethiopia could take one by force. Now, Abiy's comment to Parliament on Thursday came amid fresh concerns that the neighbors, which have had a fractious relationship in the past, could be involved in the conflict again. The Prime Minister said the issue of sea access for the world's most populous landlocked nation should be resolved through diplomacy and mutual benefit. Our intention is to negotiate based on the principle of give and take. What the Eritrean people need is development, not conflict. Our plan is not to fight, but to work together and grow together, he said. Nevertheless, he stressed that the discussions around the seaport should not be a taboo and that the global norm supports the idea that large nations require maritime access. Well. You don't have a port or maritime access, so what do? Well, there was a 2-year civil war in the Tigray area, but what have all that brought about? This is all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, on Friday tendered an apology over his recent attacks on the Federal High Court and Justice Binta Nyako. Kanu, through his new counsel and former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Chief Kanu Agabi, also apologized to the federal government lawyer Chief Awomolo. The APOB leader equally apologized to his team of lawyers earlier, led by a lawyer Ejimako, for also attacking them while before Justice Nyako. Now, Kanu tendered apology through his lead counsel Chief Agabi before Justice James Omotosho, the new trial judge. Upon resumed trial, Agabi sought the court's permission to deliver a message on Kanu's behalf. He said he had already discussed the development with the lawyer to the prosecution, and Justice Omotosho granted the application. The news agency of Nigeria NAN reported that Justice Omotosho had fixed March 21 for the trial of Kano. The judge fixed the date after the case file was transferred to him. Kano, who was brought back to the country in June 2021 from Kenya, was expected to take his plea as the case begins afresh, or as the legal team of fraternity would say, de novo. Now reports that the chief judge of the FHC, Justice John Soho, had in a letter dated March 4 and addressed to Kano's lead counsel, Mr. Aloy Jimako, communicated the reassignment of the case from Justice Binta Nyako to Justice Omoto Shaw. The reassignment followed the demand by Kano and his team of lawyers for the transfer of the 7-count terrorism charges charged to another judge after alleging bias. Justice Nyako, on September 24, 2024, withdrew from the case and sent the case file to the CJ of the Federal High Court for reassessment. The judge said she could not proceed with the trial where a defendant lacked confidence in the court. However, the CJ sent Kano's case file to Justice Nyako for adjudication, insisting that a formal application must be made by the defense before the recuser would or could be accepted. But Kano and Ejimako on February 10 insisted that Justice Nyako no longer had jurisdiction to preside over the case after her recusal withdrawal from the matter, prompting the judge to adjourn the case indefinitely. Okay, sign die. Yes, we are learning some legal terms, right? None report that Justice Ahmed Mohammed, who has been elevated to appeals court, and Justice Soho, before becoming the CJ, had presided over Kano's trial before it was assigned to Justice Nyako. Now, following the defendant's rejection of 2 judges, he has said there. So, what do you think is a way forward for him? They will know that, well, you throw tantrums when you're not getting your way. But what do you think about all that? I'll come your way from Starr Radio K at 11:53. Well, the emergency rule that has been implemented in the River State seems to be troubling lots of political leadership, or yes, politicians in a part of the world. The former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has criticized the National Assembly for endorsing the introduction of emergency rule in River State. The President Bola Tinubu announced a state of emergency in River State came as a surprise to many and has continued to split opinions since the declaration on Tuesday. But 2 days after the move, both the Senate and House of Representatives endorsed the president's action, a development Kwankwaso said spells bad for the country's democracy. The legislature has the responsibility to hold executive responsible and not always play to its tune. It is therefore appalling to see the 10th Assembly become more rubber-stamped than any of its predecessors. The presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party in 2023 election wrote in a statement on its X handle late Thursday. In a quote, he said, "More disturbing is the unilateral decision by both chambers of the National Assembly to ratify the president's proclamation. I had hoped that the legislature will not add salt to injury by passing this illegality. The Constitution is clear on the method of voting on issue of such importance, and the decision to use the voice vote in deciding this is not consistent with the proper procedures and transparency. The decision by the legislature to speedily discuss and decide on a state of emergency that alters the democratic leadership structure in River State undermines our democracy." Do you think it undermines the democracy of Nigeria? It's quite an interesting one there, right? Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, how would the political landscape be come 2027 when elections going to take place in Nigeria? Now, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and the former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai have announced the formation of a coalition of opposition leaders aimed at challenging President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 election. Reports said articles confirmed the development while addressing questions from the press during a conference held at the Yaradua Center in Abuja on Thursday. The announcement follows mounting discussions on the necessity if a united opposition to unseat the current administration will pass. But Atiku has long advocated for greater unity among opposition parties, and on March 8th, the 2023 PDP presidential candidate reaffirmed the commitment to uniting opposition forces with goal of removing All Progressive Congress from power. Well, it's too early to call or say what is going to happen then. But what do you think is going to happen then? It's going to be quite an interesting one, right? Yeah, right. Starr Radio UK. In Ghana, the Ashanti Regional Anti-Galamsey Task Force has seized the dismantled several pieces of the mining equipment in operation conducted along the Pra River in Edubiase. The task force, operating under the directive of the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amuakohene, included personnel from National Security, the Ghana Police Service, the Minerals Commission, and the Environmental Protection Agency. The operation was led by Acting Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, Captain Retired John Kwame Jabari. Now, during the exercise, the team seized 7 excavators, demobilized 5 others, and confiscated 2 generators, 2 motorbikes, pump action guns, and various other mining tools. The seized equipment was transported to the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council for further action. The operation forms part of the government's continued effort to protect Ghana's river bodies and forest reserves, which have been severely impacted by illegal mining activities. Now, illegal mining, commonly known as galamsey, has led to widespread environmental destruction, including the pollution of major water bodies and deforestation. Dr. Mwakohene reiterated the government's commitment to eradicating illegal mining and restoring the country's natural resources. The fight against galamsey remains a top priority. Our water bodies, farmlands, and forests must be safeguarded for future generations. We will continue to intensify this operation and ensure that these or those engaging in illegal mining face the full force of the law, he stated. Well, today they've done something wise. One, for the first time, that they didn't burn down the equipment, the earth moving machines. They didn't burn them down. Because I say it's something that we could use in the future, but they go and take it, and all that they do, these excavators set them alight. Now, if you're saying that because you cannot move them by yourself, I mean, look at what they said they did. They dismantled it. You have to go prepared. Not that suddenly you were there and it just appeared and therefore you were not prepared. You didn't have the means to actually see to whatever you have to do. But in this case, I think they've done well. But patrolling and making sure that whatever thing that is going on does not continue is what we want to know now. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK because it's existential. Galamsey menace. Okay. Finally, let me bring you this story. The former Director General of the National Service Authority, Osei Asibe Entry, has been reportedly picked up in his home this morning by the National Intelligence Bureau, that's NIB, for questioning. Information coming through from the Ghana website. The former government appointee is currently in custody. In September 2021, former President Nana Dankwa appointed Osei Asibe Entry as the interim executive director of the National Service Scheme. From 2017 to 2021, Mr. Entry served as the KMA mayor and was pursuing another term before he opted out. He previously acted as the Deputy Ashanti Regional Minister from 2006 to 2009. His arrest is likely related to the scandalous payroll fraud and the alleged discovery of ghost names in the National Service payroll. The scandal exposed significant discrepancies, revealing approximately 81,885 suspected ghost names. The supposed ghost names were detected following a head count of active National Service personnel conducted at the behest of the Minister of Finance as a prerequisite for clearing allowance arrears dating back to August 2024. In response, President John Dramani Mahama instructed the National Intelligence Bureau to initiate an investigation into the operation of the National Service Secretariat under the former government. He becomes the latest individual from the NSA to be apprehended by the NIB following the recent invitation of Gifty Oware Mensah, former Deputy Director of the National Service Authority, and Kweku Ohini-Jang, a former Deputy Director in charge of operations at the NSA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK. Let me bring one more other story. And if we don't hear from our money man, then we can bring the program to a close from there. The Deputy Attorney General, Dr. Justice Shrem Sai, says the Office of the Attorney General takes responsibility for the recent raid on the residence of former Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison. His comment is in response to the recent national security raid at the residence of Dr. Addison. This is the second such incident after a raid on the home of the former Finance Minister, Kenneth Verata, who has since filed a suit against national security for trespassing. Now, speaking at the launch of the Gaze-backed project aimed at strengthening the rule of law and combating corruption, Dr. Shrem Sai explained they are pursuing persons believed to have looted state assets, adding it is part of efforts to end corruption. He clarified that all recent researches, including the raid on the former finance minister's home and Bank of Ghana governor's residence, were sanctioned by the necessary legal authorities. Now, every search conducted is part of the government framework to fight corruption. We take full responsibility for these actions. We want to make it clear that they were carried out in accordance with the law. Proper warrants were obtained and used in conducting these searches, he asserted. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK. I think this way will bring the first part of the program to close. I'll try to see whether we can get our money man. If not, then we have to bring the program to a close. But let's enjoy this tune whilst I try to get in touch with him. Stay tuned.
The problem of Africa is
broadcasting worldwide,
This
online,
is Starr
24/7.
Radio UK.
the problem of Africa is they lead.
Africa.
Who run things, who run things, who run things. Them all go to universities. Universities award them degrees. Big degrees. Degrees. Big degrees. MSc in stealing. Bachelor of Arts, mismanagement.
Another degree.
Masters in looting. MSc in corruption. Bachelor of Science in nepotism. MSc in forgery.
Another degree.
Bachelor of Arts in indiscipline. MSc in embezzlement. The problem of Africa is they lead.
Africa.
Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is they lead.
Africa.
Who run things, who run things, who run things. Some of them went to London London School of Fools, where they were awarded degrees in foolishness, PhD in stupidity, MSc in foolishness, PhD, dishonesty, PhD in recklessness, Bachelor of Arts in selfishness, MSc in greed, BSc maladministration, PhD in quasi-SM, PhD pull him down, MSc kill your donkey. The problem of Africa is they leave. Who run things, who run things, who run things? The problem things. The problem of Africa is they leave. Who run things, who run things, who run things? Some of them went to London, London School of Fools, where they were awarded degrees in foolishness, PhD in stupidity, MSc in foolishness, PhD dishonesty, PhD in recklessness, Bachelor of Arts in selfishness, MSc in greed, BSc maladministration, PhD in quasi-SM, PhD pull him down, MSc kill your donkey. The problem of Africa is they leave. Who run things, who run things, who run things? The problem of Africa is they leave. Who run things, who run things, who run.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download.
It's glad to have you always. Now, how are you? How is the family? And how has your week been?
I am well, first of all. All is good here in Kent. The family is doing well. And we are thankful to God for how far He has brought us this week. This week, as usual, has been very busy. But the sun has started shining again. It's getting warmer. So we have something to look forward to by way of a good weather. So yeah, everybody's stepped up.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of JIL Accountancy Services. Well, real sunshine coming through, and on the program, a real sunshine coming your way as well. You listen to this program, and I will tell you one thing for sure: you get some money in your pocket, because all the advice that he brings your way will help you make decisions or help you put yourself together and make something out of it. So, Mr. Tabiri, this afternoon, what are we going to be looking at?
Well, I think this week on Martin Lewis's program, he highlighted a very important deadline that is coming up, 2025, relating to availability of an opportunity for people to increase or top up their pension, their state pension entitlement. So where people have, this relates to where people have gaps in their national insurance contributions over the years.
Okay.
And there was a change in the state pension rules in 2016, and this deadline is looming if people want to take advantage of it. So we'll go through that. So I thought perhaps it would be a good idea, because a lot of people on social media and everything were talking about this, and as it's topical, I think it's imperative that if we can talk about state pension and what it's about, what are the eligibility criteria, and any other important information that will be useful for our listeners. And then we can also talk about a summary of what Martin Lewis highlighted.
Okay, interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, as I did say, we do everything to make sure that we're bringing you money, putting money in your pocket so that you'll be able to get on with your life well. Okay, so today, state pension, we have Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, with that. So now let's move on. Now, so state pension, does everybody qualify for state pension? What exactly is it all about there, first of all?
Right. So, as we know, pension is a facility that helps or supports us in our older years when we are retired or we've decided to take it easy. And pension is there at that point in time in our lives to be able to take care of us. State pension is a facility that the state provides, or part of the welfare package that the state provides to us in our retirement, to support us in our retirement. And it can change the state pension rules in 2016. And so we have the new state pension. Previously, we had what we call the basic state pension and also additional state pension. But now we only have one state pension, which is a new state pension, as is popularly referred to. To answer your question, not everybody would qualify for state pension.
Okay.
For the new state pension, we're saying that to qualify, first of all, you have to be a man born or after the 6th of April 1951. And if you're a woman, you are born on or after 6th of April 1953. So if you were born before these dates, then the old pension rules would apply, in which case you receive the basic state pension.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Now you're giving the eligibility criteria there. Now these people have to be
the eligibility criteria for age. Only there are other criteria.
Okay, so these people should be working, right?
That's a good question. So not only working. No, state pension is available not for only those who are working. There are three main criteria to qualify for state pension. I'll say four.
Okay.
But to receive state pension, you need what we call qualifying years. So you need a minimum of 10 qualifying years on your national insurance record to get any new state pension at all. So if you're going to get even £1, you need at least 10 qualifying years on your national insurance record. And so each qualifying year is one in which you were working and made national insurance contributions So that is where your question comes in. So if you're a worker that makes national insurance contributions, then you would qualify as well. To caveat that, also you have to be working, but the minimum earnings threshold before you qualify, you have to be earning something like £6,396 for the year. Before you qualify, you have a qualifying year for national insurance. So you may not have made any contributions at all, but so long as you have income of £6,396, then you would qualify for that year.
Oh, okay. So far as you have an income coming in up to £6,000, you should qualify.
Okay,
yes. Okay.
So you would get something, but you would qualify for something, but not the maximum amount, which is at the moment about £221 a week.
Okay, £221.
And then secondly, if you were unemployed and you were receiving benefits, you get national insurance credits towards your contributions. Okay. So if you're unemployed, or you are on sick leave, or you are a parent or carer, you could get national insurance credits. So this is where, if you are receiving child benefits, or you are not working but you are caring for your child, then you would get national insurance credits, which would go towards your qualifying year. And then the third criteria is that if you do not fall into any of these categories, but you decide that you make voluntary national insurance contributions. So, for example, this applies to the case where people perhaps maybe they are not working, but they have assets that are generating income for them.
Okay.
They've got properties that are generating income. This income is not, if they're not paying any national insurance contributions on them, then they could say perhaps maybe they would make additional voluntary contributions to their national insurance, which would give them that qualifying year. And if they have at least 10 years, you need between 10 and 35 years. 35 years to get the maximum state pension. 10 years is the minimum.
Okay. Well, 35-year max, and then minimum 10 years. So do you qualify for that? And that brings us to that place where you want to see, okay, when you say the maximum 35 years, what do somebody who paid maximum or contributed maximum 35 years going to get? You have it from the top of your head.
Yeah, so so the maximum is £221.
Okay, that you did say.
That's the maximum. Yes.
Okay.
At the moment, that's the maximum. This is based on inflation. This amount will change. So this amount will increase with inflation.
Okay. Listen, let's start ready. Okay, now let's come to the place where we're talking about gaps. Some people who have worked, maybe they want to be able to get the maximum, but maybe they work for a few years and then along the lines, or maybe they were doing their own business and weren't contributing to that and blah blah blah. So how does that come in where we're talking about you were talking about a deadline that is looming?
Yes, that's correct. So before the new rules came in 2016, so what we had in place, or which was that you could, at any point in time, you could look back on your national insurance record, and where you have a deficit, where you haven't made enough contributions for that year, you could make voluntary contributions for the last, going back 6 years.
Okay.
And that will not change. When the new state pension rules came into being in 2016, transitional arrangements or provisions was put in place to allow people to go as far back as 2000.
Welcome.
Sorry, go on, sir.
Yeah, so this 6-year rule, going back 6 years, has always been in place. But when the new rules was brought in for 2016, there was a transition period. And this transition period ends on the 5th of April 2025.
Okay.
So the next month coming. So anyone could, between 2016 and 5th of April 2025, if you have gaps in your national insurance, you could plug those gaps as far back as 2006.
Okay.
Now, if the deadline passes for the 5th of April, what you can do is only go back 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So that is why this is important. So you need to find out what gaps are in your national insurance contributions and whether how much it would take for you to be able to fill those gaps. So that's why this 5th of April deadline is really, really important. Especially for people who are much more closer to the state pension or closer to retirement.
Okay.
It might work a lot more in your favor if you do it now, because pension is always a risk.
Yeah.
We don't know how long we are going to live for.
Yeah.
So we are hedging against those years, our later years. But not knowing should also not mean that you don't do anything
about it.
We have to plan for all eventualities. And so if you look at your own situation and you think that you have missed quite a number of years, then by all means it will probably be works better for you to go back and plug those years.
Okay.
I must say, also should have said before the start of the program, that what we are doing, this discussion, does not constitute financial advice. I'm not a qualified financial advisor, and so I am not qualified to give you financial advice. What we are giving you today is just information that's available on the government website, thegovernment.co.uk, to make you aware of what is happening and what steps perhaps you need to do. I'm not telling you that go and pay into your pension pot or increase your national insurance contributions by all means.
Okay.
But I need to give you the information you need for you to make your own decisions.
That's right. Thank you very much for that disclaimer there. So at least you know where we are coming from. But Mr. Dan Tabiri is a qualified accountant. So all your accounting issues, now name it from A to Z, he's there. Just get in touch with him. He will help you on that front. But he's just using the knowledge that he has or has gained to advise you on this matter. Now let's look at state and private pensions, because I'm looking at it and asking myself, so somebody has his own private pension pot where he's putting money away for the future, old time. Now, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, for all your accounting issue, just get in touch with him. He will help you on that front. And today we've been looking at state pension and a looming deadline that is coming. That is the 5th of April. If you have gaps in there that you need to fill it up nicely so you can get a maximum when it comes to the old, there's a saying in the Bible. It says that remember your creator in the days of their youth, while the evil days come not. So when the evil days come, when you are old, you need to make sure you put money in place or away to make your life comfortable, right?
Yes.
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Okay, now, if somebody has not been, let's say they just heard of this, they've not worked for 10 years, they know that they're going to be going on pension, and so they don't qualify for all this. What advice would you give to the person? Can the person go into private pension like now and get something, or you should forget about that and just go into maybe savings?
Well, so that is a decision, that's an advice that a financial advisor will be able to give them. So it depends on their situation. But and also where they are in their lives. So if they are more closer to pension age, then obviously state pension becomes critical, and they will want to look at whether they can fill those gaps. How much it will. You also have to look at money that you're going to use to, put into a pension. Would they be able to invest it somewhere else to give you more income to use as a pension in the future? So all those decisions will have to be taken into account. But it falls more within the purview of a financial advisor than an accountant like myself.
Okay. Well, so if you want further information, you can, Mr. Tabiri will put that across so that you can point you to the government side that you can go to get the necessary help that you need. Mr. Tabiri, do you have any more information on any of the issues that we are discussing, sir?
Yeah, so the most important thing, really, the first thing that you should do is to find out if there are really anybody should do it.
Okay.
Especially if you have been working, you've had some breaks in your work for any reason, you've been traveling, or anything could have occurred in your life that would have perhaps created a gap in your national insurance record. And so it's important that people are aware, and then they can make the decision whether they want to top up or not.
Okay.
Sometimes, for some of these years, it's so important. Sometimes what may be the shortfall may be sometimes as little as 20 or 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And that, if you're able to pay that or top that up, it gives you entitlement to full state pension. And where perhaps maybe you would have received only £150 is giving you £220 a week. So then it's very, very significant. So it's important. The first thing you need to do is to find out what your pension or national insurance contribution status is. And if you go to the government website, gov.co.uk, you would find the information, www.gov.uk, and if you search for pension entitlement or national insurance contributions, it will lead you to a link where you can check. You will need, if you haven't got one already, you need to set up a government gateway account, and once you are able to set it up with a password, and you are identified, your national insurance number, there are various identifications, things that the information that they will require of you to make sure that you are the person who is asking for this information. Then you would be able to see your national insurance record for all the years.
Okay.
For all the years. If you are not very comfortable or you are not very IT literate, and you can also pick up the phone and call the National Insurance Contributions Office, and then they will be able to send you a letter by post with all your national insurance contributions that you've made over the years, and it will show you any gaps that you have. What they cannot do is give you any advice in terms of your national insurance contributions or pensions.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. A question that's come through. The person is asking if is talking about the gaps. If you find out that there are gaps in there, and that might have come out because maybe the person went on maternity leave, and then after the time when it was time for the person to come in, decided, okay, I want a bit of an extension. So they will tell you that maybe you are not getting your full pay, or some people they will tell you that, okay, we can't pay you at all. I don't know what the employment laws there exactly is, or maybe you took a sick time and then you needed some time off completely. Now they are looking at it, at those gaps. If they are massive, what do they do?
Yeah, so in terms of what do they do? Well, ideally, what you should do is to be able to fill those gaps. But it may not be possible for you to do that. I don't know what the amount that it would take, would be involved, it would take for you to fill it. But that's something that the National Contributions Office will be able to tell you. So when you get your statement, we'll be able to tell you the gaps and how much you would need to contribute to fill it.
Okay.
If you have been away from work, depending on your situation, like I said, some people may not be working, but they may be on job seekers allowance, or if you were receiving child benefits and child tax credits at the time, then you may qualify for what we call pension credits, which will qualify you for those years. And so if you have received those credits, they will go towards your national insurance contributions as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think it's a conversation really that you need to have with the National Contributions Office. And if you can afford, then by all means, I'll say plug those gaps. If those gaps go way back up to 2006, then remember that you have a hard deadline of the 5th of April 2025 to be able to plug those gaps. So the first thing you need to do, if anything, to meet that deadline is to make contact with the HMRC before that deadline.
Good.
And then also be able to, once you make contact with HMRC, then I believe that you are locked in terms of being eligible to pay contributions or top-ups going back to 2006 if you need to. And I would also encourage everyone to go back and look and watch the Martin Lewis program for more information and more details on what we discussed today. It's still available on ITVX or on Catch Up, and you can watch it and you can get all the necessary information that you need. Alternatively, if you have any more questions, yes, definitely I'll put my details across here and you can reach out to me.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man. And as I did say this morning or this afternoon, we'll be looking at state pension. The looming deadline, that is the 5th of April 2025. Well, if you have gaps, boy, the advice is that please check it out and see whether you can plug it. If not, then you know that you have only up to 6 years after that date. All right then, Mr. Tabiri, I will let you sum up, and then you put your closing remarks and your details there as well, and then we run up the program, sir.
Yeah. So to sum up, I would say this is very, very important. It's about your retirement and your income in the future. Whilst you have the opportunity to take any action, I would say take the steps to do it now. And I'll encourage everyone to go and check their national insurance record. If you go and check and there's no gaps, you've done your due diligence and there's nothing to do, happy days. But if there's any action to take, you don't want to regret and miss out. So do it now. Check your national insurance contribution record and take the necessary advice if you need to in terms of rectifying any gaps or taking any steps that will benefit you by way of pension contributions or pension earnings in the future. As always, I'm available to pick up any calls, any questions, any queries that you have. It necessarily doesn't have to be on pensions, but any tax and account related matters. I'm happy to talk to you on 07961248834. 07961248834. If you want to email me, my email is dan@gilaccountants.com, and it's GIL accountants plural with an S.com. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Tabiri. It's always a pleasure having you on, sir, because we know you put some money in our pocket this afternoon.
You are most welcome. It's always
00233-2006-06-386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. JN Mobile Spa. For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting, then contact JN Spa on 00233-244-941-002 or 00233-2006-06-386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Okay, so let me say thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure coming your way, and I hope that you enjoy the whole program. And those of you in the UK, where the deadline is looming, so check out to plug any holes in there. That is the latest, the date. Yes, is the 5th of April. So make sure you do that before that time, so that when the time comes, you have, there is this another biblical. This is cast your bread upon the waters, and thou shalt find it after many days. One of them, right? Well, everything is in the Bible, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, so make sure you cast your bread upon the waters, so that when it comes to your patience time, you can find it all there. All right, then. So this is why I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. Have a lovely weekend. Until I come your way on Monday, it's been me, Archie, saying bye-bye for now. I'm out like that. But enjoy this tune from Atakofi. And it says, open your eyes. When that song ends, you don't hear from me. It's been me, Archie. I'm out like that. Bye.